What's up, guys? This is Kyle, back again, doing another review. It's been a couple of days since I uploaded one. I wanted to do a review of something that I watched recently, that I, sort of liked, and give my thoughts on it. I actually picked this movie up because of Mood 616's top 10 found footage movies. This was his number one recent found footage movie pick. Obviously, his number one being Cannibal Holocaust, which I 100% agree on. But I thought I'd pick this up. It was like $4 on eBay. Wanted to check it out. It's the Australian found footage flick, Tunnel. This movie came out, I believe, in 2011. It's actually an Australian flick. It was released in Australia. It was released everywhere, but they made it in Australia. Something I found really, really cool about this movie, that I read on the back, I didn't know before I picked it up, was that this movie was the first film produced under the 135K project. The movie raised its budget by selling each individual frame of the movie on the internet. So they actually raised the budget to make the movie by selling the actual each individual frame of this movie on the internet. So I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I'd never really seen anything like that before, so that was pretty neat. Couple of thoughts on this movie. Very well made. I mean, it's very well, for a found footage movie, it's very well directed, very well produced. I mean, it looks like in some parts, it's not, the whole movie isn't found footage. It's honestly, me and my buddy watched it. It's honestly a documentary about a documentary. So basically the premise of this is they're in New South Wales in Australia, and the government is planning on using these underground tunnels. There's like a ton of underground tunnel systems down there, using them to recycle water. So there's a bunch of water in these tunnels that are underneath South Wales, and the government was planning on restarting the recycle water program, and they were going to use some of the water down there and recycle it because there's a ton of water in these caves, these underground tunnels. But suddenly they just scrapped the project. They decided, hey, we're not going to do this anymore. They didn't say why. And the premise of the movie is about this chick right here. That's not really a good picture of her. She's actually played by Belle Delia. Never heard of her before, but she's actually a reporter, and she ends up traveling down in the tunnels with a film crew to find out, what's going on in the tunnels. I personally think that this chick has a lot of balls going down in these tunnels, man. These tunnels are they're like the catacombs of Paris. I mean, it's pitch black. There's all kinds of turns, and you can get lost really easy. But they go down in there, and the way the movie's shot is, as they're down in the tunnels and stuff, the two people, the two main reporters are doing like another documentary about what happened down in the tunnels. And all this stuff of what went on, because I guess they brought the footage back and they went through it and kind of explained this. But as you're going through the movie, all kinds of just weird stuff happens. They see weird things, they hear weird things. A bunch of stuff happens to. There's only 4 of them, and a bunch of stuff happens to them. As you can imagine, not all of them get out. I don't want to ruin anything. That probably ruins some because somebody got out now, but. Not all of them get out. It's worth a watch. I mean, for $4 or $5. I mean, I got it for. I mean, this has won a bunch of awards: best special effects, best film, Bloodfest, which honestly is kind of debatable. Winner of best Australian director. So, I mean, it's pretty awesome. I don't know if you can still buy the frames of the movie, but it says on the back you can buy your frames at thetunnelmovie.net. So that'd be pretty cool to have like a frame. I honestly think they should have probably, maybe with the leftover ones after they created the movie, maybe put some of them in the DVDs. That would have been cool, but yeah, it's whatever. But it's worth a watch. I liked it, but I liked it as a found footage movie. because with these movies they're kind of hit or miss. Obviously, I mean, there's some that are great. I mean, I loved As Above, So Below last year. That was probably one of my favorite horror movies of last year. I think I like that movie the most because of the storyline, and I just love really anything to do with the catacombs of Paris. I think those are awesome and really, really interesting. I loved that movie. That was a pretty good one. But then you got other movies, that are out there. There's a lot of movies doing the found footage thing now, and it's just not really getting to the point. So, I mean, I think overall it's worth a watch. I'd check it out. I mean, maybe you can get it for a couple of bucks, or maybe you can do like Amazon Watch Now or something and see it. I don't think it's on Netflix or anything. I haven't really checked, but the only thing that I would say about this movie that I was a little disappointed in was the horror factor to it, I guess. I mean, it is terrifying what you do see, but me and my friend that watched it agreed that there really wasn't as many, and I'm not talking about jump scares here. I'm just talking about horror, anything horror-wise at all. There wasn't very many horror aspects. You don't really you get immersed in the movie, you get immersed in what's going on, but not as much stuff happens that I thought was going to happen. The ending was all right. I mean, it ended kind of like how I expected it, but just not enough. It wasn't enough stuff to make me want to go back and rewatch it. Really, I mean, it's worth seeing, and you get that weird vibe. I think the main undertone to this movie is the feel of it. I mean, the way that you feel, you kind of get immersed in the movie and you feel how the characters were feeling this situation. I mean, there's a lot of times during the movie that me and my buddy were like, no way. There's just no freaking way that we would be down here. Like, these people are nuts. So I think when a movie can do that to you and you kind of get immersed in it and feel that way, that's technically a good thing in my opinion. But I don't want to be horrible about it, but it wasn't that bad. There are some audio commentary, director and producer audio commentary. There wasn't really any special features on it. But yeah, anyway, it's The Tunnel. I mean, check it out. Shout out to my boy Moods. I mean, I checked it out because of him. One of his top 10 found footage movies. So check it out, man. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If there's any movies that you guys want to see me review, let me know. I got a lot of stuff I'd like to do. I've been really into 80s and early 90s slashers recently. So I've been watching a lot of old school slasher movies. But if there's any random movies you guys want to see me review, just let me know. But on Instagram at The Horrorphile, Facebook.com/The Horrorphile Reviews, and that's about it. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.